Hey y'all, this is Pam again with Mason Lance Designs, and I know that it's been quite some time since I've done a video, and I'm going to try to my best to get back into doing them weekly. Just do different tutorials about ZoomNotes and digital planning and whatnot. So just stay tuned. Just stay tuned to look forward to seeing those. Today we're going to talk about how to make some changes to a digital planner. Maybe there's something on a page that you don't want or that you want to alter and make it better fit what you need. Excuse me. So let's take a look. We're going to get started down here at the bottom. Say we don't want this little bottom box because we're going to expand our habit tracker chart. So we're going to click the shape tool and draw a white box around it. Now if we wanted to, we can lock it, and we'll look at that lock feature in just a minute. But instead, I have it on a layer, and I didn't have it on the right layer. So let me quickly try that again. Long press and delete. Or you can click the trash can, however you want to do it. So we're going to draw a white box around it again because we're on the correct layer this time. I have a bad habit of not remembering to change layers when I do different things. So now we're going to put it on the stickers layer and lock the cover up boxes layer. We're going to click the lasso tool, and we can see that it's locked. Nothing's going to move. So now that we have that covered up, let's increase the number of lines in our habit tracker by using the lasso tool and just drawing a line around it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Long press, click on grab, and I know it looks like a hot mess, but that's okay. We're going to fix that in a second. Click off of that box and it'll pop up this menu. You can copy, share, or add it to the clipboard. I'm going to copy it. It'll disappear. I'm going to long press on the screen and click paste. And now we can add these lines to our chart. However, sometimes it's a little tricky to line them up. So what I do is I come up to the lasso tool, click the little tool section at the top left, and turn off selection guidelines, and it'll enable me to move it a little bit more freely. Sometimes it's a little finicky. And sometimes it really helps when I scroll in really close. I don't know why it's acting so different today, because it's usually not this. It doesn't act quite like this. Okay, and I found that sometimes if you've scrolled in too much and you have nowhere to click off of, that if you just change the tool you're on, it'll click off of what you just did. Now because we're white on white, you can't see the mess that we made when we were circling it. However, we can long press. Say you have a different background, we can long press and click on crop, and then we can just crop off what we drew around. I mean, you don't have to, take those lines off. It's strictly up to you if you want to, maybe help you line it up a little bit better. And of course it has to move. So there we go. Now this time, instead of locking it on a layer, we're just going to lock this piece. So on this menu here, we click 3/4 the way down on lock, and then just click lock. It tells us that the lock is selected and it's not going to move. Okay, so we could have, counted and added a couple of more to make it, the full page if you wanted to. The next quick thing I wanted to look at is we're going to cover up this left-hand section on the right page. You know what, let's try that again, but instead we're going to do it on the cover up boxes layer so we can lock it. Because sometimes when you just lock a portion of what you worked on, it gets a little finicky when stuff's on top of it. So, and since that's such a larger section, we're just going to do it that way. So we're going to lock that layer again. Excuse me, we can click the lasso tool and see that it's locked. And we can come over here, excuse me, to the table tool. Now I have a more extensive video on the table tool that you can see for a more in-depth review of this tool. But here, if I just wanted to add a table, like a to-do list, I chose, I think, what was it, 20? Yeah, 20 rows. And you can resize this to fit the whole length of the other chart if you want. You can size it to where they're the same size, and you can kind of drag it over, to make sure that they are. Now something else that's really cool, if you want just lines and not the outline around it, you long click on it, you click other, and there it is. You have to unclick the menu and see where it says explode. You click on explode, and then you very carefully click on the outside and delete. And that will take away the outline, and then you can just make to-do lists. Say you wanted to make a circle that's symmetrical. We don't want to fill, but we want a border. We're just going to make it black for now. And you can scroll in. And then just start drawing your circle. Now, I think that line's a little too wide. So we can come in and change the border width and see how that got smaller. So or we can make it a dashed line if we wanted to, which we don't, because at least in this instance. And then we can copy and paste. We can do that all the way down if we wanted. And what I love to do is click over here on the fill tool, and whatever color my day or my week I have, or color combinations, I use them to fill in my to-do list circles as I do them. That way it just kind of color coordinates with the page. And I do the same thing over here with the fill tool. I just fill in, And usually with the habit tracker, since it's, 7 days, I use, pretty much one of each color of the palette of, whatever sticker set that I'm using. That way it's easy to see the difference between the pages. So that's just a couple of things I wanted to share with you about how to change and alter a page to make it best fit your needs. Because sometimes we don't have a planner that's exactly what we need or want. Or maybe our needs change after we have the planner and realize, well, maybe I can do this, and it'll help me out better. So that's just a couple of ideas. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a great day. Bye.